When we look at what brokers are struggling with today, it's rate increases, it's yes, they can come up with a plan that'll get that employer back to budget after this year's double-digit rate increase, but in doing so, again, it's raising the out-of-pocket cost, or it's taking away some of the benefits to get back to that kind of rate that they need.
People have a medical plan, it's not covering the same things that it used to cover, it's not doing what it used to do. So we really come alongside the medical plan and help to create this benefit strategy that helps the employee and it helps the PR in the benefits meeting.
So recently I was given a presentation and I was really focused on the fact that although it's a time of great change again, and it can be very frustrating and not know exactly what's going on, today for the broker who can recognize we are moving towards a time of consumerism and will grab onto that, I'm going to be drastically ahead of all the agents who just say, who throw up their hands and say, I do not know what the future holds and I have no idea how I can help my clients. And in your practice, if you've been pushing out-of-pocket costs up and up and up and telling people go be a better consumer, but you weren't putting anything in for a solution, it's just as bad as not installing it and just throwing the out-of-pocket cost up.
So I think that any broker that sits back and just says, buy a high deductible plan and I'll recommend a HSA administrator, that anyone can do that. It's those brokers who can actually bring in the tools to complete that process, to complete that thought of being a better consumer. That's where there's an opportunity, I think.
Instead of bring it down to $500, find a plan that's $490 and reinvest that other $10 in a Fresh Bennies card. It keeps the employer within budget that they planned. They found $10 for room for a Fresh Bennies card. But that Fresh Bennies card rounds out the benefits a whole lot more than any comparable $10 worth of insurance would. And so the broker finds the cost for it out of the medical plan and has a way better rollout to the employees.
Because you're able to say, yes, we're having to take deductibles up, yes, we're having to take up out-of-pocket costs, but look at this cool thing that we're able to give you that's going to give you no cost doctor visits over the phone with prescriptions, no cost specialist visits online, prescription savings, and somebody to help you navigate medical bills and the system.
If you give people the incentive, the financial incentive, and you give them the tools, then they actually will use them.
So our utilization rates are some of the best in the industry. We are at about 44% on average. And when groups follow our 3 best practices, they're in the 90s.
So that's the way most benefits work. You offer them, you want employees to appreciate them, you don't actually want employees to use them. We're the opposite of that. We want people to use it. We've hired someone whose job it is to make people, get people to use the product. So it's a totally different mentality. Employers aren't used to it, brokers aren't used to it.
And as we look at exactly where the trend line is going, for the brokers who need to be able to show their clients that they can lead them into the future of a consumerism model and provide tools that will actually get used, they know that Fresh Bennies is going to help them get there.